Welcome to part 7 of the Sapphire Builder Essentials. So up to this point in the Sapphire Essentials, we've covered a significant amount when it comes to building your own custom effect. Now that you've created one using Builder, it's time to turn it into a reusable preset. This is perfect for standardizing effects throughout a production, making the effects easy for others to use, yet still be able to make adjustments when necessary. Let's create a preset, set up its metadata, and test it on other shots. So we created this effect with Sapphire Builder, and it's applied to a shot in the sequence within our host. To prepare for creating a preset, you need to choose what parameters you'd like others to access in the host when applying this effect. In order to do this, click Edit Effect to launch Builder. Now, this custom effect consists of 3 Sapphire effects. We have a shape, a raise effect, and a blur effect. Individually selected, each effect has a range of parameters to adjust the effect. I'd also like to point out that there are a couple of linked parameters driving each other to make the effect easier to use. This was covered in a previous video. To choose which of these parameters are exposed to your host as part of the preset, you will see a column of checkboxes on the right of every parameter in every effect. By default, all of them are on. This means every parameter is exposed to the host. In most cases, this is not necessary and complicates the usability of the controls for yourself and other users. By disabling the checkboxes, these controls will still be available in Builder, but not in the host. Now for shape, we'd like to adjust the center and the size of the shape. So ensure those parameters have their checkboxes enabled. As an additional bonus, if you want to change the parameter names to make them more identifiable, just double-click the specific parameter name and edit the text box. This will also be updated in the host. Next, select the Raise node and disable the checkboxes at the top. The only parameter we'll need is the ray and blur and possibly the threshold. Finally, select the blur node and disable all the parameters because the raise filter is driving the amount of blur using parameter linking, and that's all we need. So now that we have chosen which parameters to expose to the host with this custom effect, let's go ahead and create the Builder preset. To create a custom preset, click the Save As button. This brings up a pop-up window with a few details required. Firstly, you need to give your preset a name. For example, we'll call this Raise and Blur Focal Point. The next part is to give it a description. Let's say, create a movable focal point on your image surrounded by raise and blur. Defining an author can help you search for a specific creator, or you could reuse this field for effect versioning. I'll use my name in this case, but you can put whatever you want. Finally, under tags, you can use any existing ones or create your own to filter and search within the presets browser. There isn't a limit to the number of tags, but normally 2 or 3 are sufficient. Let's go with artistic, energetic, and we'll make a new one called Focus. Now, when it comes to creating the preset, you have 2 options. The first one is Export. This option allows you to export the effect preset to any location you choose. This is handy if you want to take your presets with you to back them up or share them with other systems. The other option is Save. This will save your preset to a local Sapphire location containing all your presets, and these presets will be automatically available in the preset browser. Click Save. To double-check your preset is saved and available on your system, click the Load button and choose to filter by custom preset. There is the Ray and Blur Focal Point preset, and when you select it, it will contain the description, author, and tags that we set earlier. Cancel this for now and click OK to return to your host. Now, you won't have to do this every time, but let's verify the preset and test it on a different shot. Starting in the effects controls, look at the parameters and expand out the shape and raise parameters. So the only options visible are the ones we chose in Builder. This is so much easier to work with than having every control. Secondly, if someone else was to use this custom effect, they have all the controls they need and should not have to go digging into Builder. So how easy is it to apply a custom preset? Well, you have two methods. If the preset already exists in the host like this, you can simply copy the S effect, go to another shot, and paste the custom effect. The second method is loading from the preset browser. I'll just undo the paste operation and apply a new S effect filter to the shot. Click the Load Preset button, and filtering by custom effects, we'll select our preset, preview it in the browser, and apply it to our shot. There is the result, and as before, only the specified parameters are visible to the host application. Just a small point before we move on to the next video. If your preset requires external inputs, like a mask or a background, you'll need to set these options each time you load the custom preset in order for the preset to work as expected. So hopefully you feel a lot more confident setting up and creating your own custom presets. Coming up, we'll get up close and personal with the preset browser, see how your Sapphire custom effects work across multiple hosts, and how to configure a custom location to share presets across multiple systems in your production. See you in the next video.